Okay, guys, I just got through printing my flyers for the event for the said event at the White House. Tomorrow, supposed to be Target Evans, who reportedly 2 years later. So, my information to me was in his voicemail, on a second voicemail to me, and this is one, but an email confirms the information written in writing from him. He still tried to deny the fact of what he actually wrote. Then, this is while I was in the go too far away from the copy shop. So I'm going to have to review and see if you actually got the customer that, they use words like, I just read a post online, or belittle me as a person, but technically end up belittling themselves and who they actually are. And the sad part about it is your name is attached to Facebook. Hello. And your photo identification. So at either rate, you're not going to try to make yourself look way better than me just because you have a stepping stone and I don't right now. Because of your ignorance is bringing me millions. So when you think of it that way, at either rate, guys, I'm here about to catch the bus on my way back in. I don't see any signs of electronic harassment. I did, however, see an electronic body language that said, we're going to have to turn you all the way back right because you won't stop talking. And this is the point. I won't stop talking, and whenever you guys do decide to turn me all the way right, great. But I'm not going to kiss your ass, and I'm not going to stop talking about what you've done to me over these last 5 years. And also, it's been reported that you have been doing this possibly over a decade behind my back. With that being said, getting beat by the police, could that been electronically harassment? Could that been a part of gang stalking? Because if so, then there's more questions you're going to have to answer than these last 5 years. You're going to have to go back decades in answering some of these questions that happened to me over the last decade and see if it's going to add up. So again, I'm not intimidated, I'm not terrified, and I'm not scared of electronic harassment, gang stalkers harassing me, or any individual that wants to be ugly towards me. Hey, I receive it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 5 years. Hey! For the last 5 years. And now this bus just left me. He barely paused, he barely stopped, and I barely had time to, which at either rate, I'm used to the drivers of the buses here in DC. When I'm trying to catch a bus, they stall or they stop, or the bus stops in front of this monument or this sign or this logo, or something rides along the bus. And it has something to do with timing and gang stalking. So that I am familiar with here in DC. So I just missed one bus. Normally when you miss some type of bus like that, or it delays your time and where you're trying to go, it means that they have you in a timing loophole, and then some type of timing event is about to take place. So you guys, I'm going to keep recording, and I'm going to keep this, keep rolling and keep recording. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the head shaking. I'm going to keep recording and documenting, and try to keep the camera right in front of my eyes, because my eyes technically lead me in a direction that is about to be some type of timing loophole or some type of gang stalking mechanism, to where they're showing their left and right movements. So I'm going to try to keep the phone right in front of my eyes. That way my eyes can move and the phone can move with it, so you can see exactly what's being done. I can't tell you how many times, speaking of buses, how many times I've been delayed on trying to catch a bus here in DC when here's another D6. Of course, I didn't know that one was coming, but of course the electronic harassers did know that. But how many times I've stood at a bus stop, or how many times I've got passed up by a bus just because I'm going to speak to this about this lady since I'm focused this way, just real quickly. You'll see on camera how her head just did a wibbly wobbly shaky thing. That's electronic harassment. Now, whether or not she knows this is being done to her, this is one of the things that they're trying to keep my mouth quiet about. It's the fact that not only do I see that it's being done to me, but I see it's being done to millions of people daily, and everywhere that I go, or every country, every state that I've been in, or every city I've been in, I see it being done to people, and people either not realizing that it's being done to them. And this is one of the things that they want to shut my mouth up about. I'm flagging the bus down, you guys. Let's see. She's slowly creeping and stopping. I'm not going to be able to talk so loud. His eyes look a little sleepy. Her eyes look a little sleepy. Let me get my bus card out, please. Thank you. Her eyes look a little buck. Noticing the difference in people's eyes. It's not just a common everyday thing. Something unique about them being tired, weary, sleepy, under hypnosis that most people don't realize is being done to them. Excuse me. How do I add? This button?
Yes, ma'am. Touch your car. Touch your car. Now put the again. There you go.
Thank you.
You for the China cup?
Proteja sus aparatos electrónicos. Sea consciente de sus alrededores y sosténgalos con ambas manos.
Also, with being electronically harassed and gang stalked and being walked, government walking and talking for people, I didn't really pay attention to where I'm sitting now. But one thing that they do is position you on the bus or in a seat, or, as people are getting on the bus, manipulating and having them sit by zapping their brain and having them sit in certain spots. That way, when you get on, you are able to sit in a particular seat or spot to where when you look up, you're actually looking up at a sign or a poster or some type of writing or some type of communication. Now, I don't know if you can see across the street from where I'm at. I'm at 13th and G Street, looks like. I don't have my glasses on. But on the one side, there is Bank of America, your friends pay back. And then there's Johnson and Murphy, Yankee, these are things that are positioned so you can see that they're trying to send you some type of message. And this is probably why I was in a timing loophole or held back from getting on the bus at first.
Give the woman of color right there. Give me woman of color right there.
Stop requested.
Just turn left on East Street. Get it? Fidgeting, pulling of the hair, twisting of the nose, any type of movement along with voice to skull, talking at the same time to you is some type of harassment, electronic harassment. Normally you can tell the electronic harassment is going on because you can just look at something and it's meaningless. But to you just looking at it through the camera or just sitting there looking at it, it's meaningless to a person that's not being targeted or harassed. Now, right now, it's actually meaningless to me, and I could tell that they're not electronically harassing me at this point. Now, the moment I can tell when they're electronically harassing me is when they're actually going to be talking to me at the same time. Because in order for me to figure out what in the world the body language or signals that they're sending actually telling me at the same time what's actually going on. Because that's the only way that I can figure it out. Just by people moving normally every day, moving their body, twitching their body, that's the only way that I can normally, see some type of normalcy. But the minute I see a movement, see the baby, she's poking her butt out, that's a sign that, she's showing her ass. And that was told to me basically through voice to skull at the moment that I saw a particular person actually making this type of movement. And that's how I knew what that meant. So everything that's being told to me is being done via voice to skull, because that's the only way that I can figure it out. Otherwise, everything would just be normal. It would look normal to me like it would look normal to you. So without the voice to skull technology actually coming into play at the same time when you're being electronically harassed, they wouldn't be able to communicate and tell you nothing. Due to poor connection, your video has been paused. Shifted really quick, really swift towards the right. So whatever, reading into whatever it is they want the person who's going to view this to see, or read into it, they turned my hand to the right, really sharp turn to the right, which allows me to know that they're actually electronically moving me at this point. And normally when they electronically move me, they want someone to see something or read something into me or off of me, because there's no one around for them to pick up the signals of electronically harassment. Although you can technically pick up the signals off of anyone, but most people seem to be a little sleepy and tired looking this afternoon. Okay, you guys, I'm over here by the courthouse. I have to go into the courthouse and actually check on a document that I have in court, or a case that I have that's being presented in court on a case that I am currently working on. So I am going to, at this point, stop recording and taping the information because I don't want any courthouse issues in regards to me recording publicly. This is Justice reporting to you live, my life as a targeted individual. I will be bringing to you live events from the White House tomorrow with the Facebook group Targeted Massachusetts, individuals who are meeting up at the White House for a targeted individual awareness and meeting and group to meet other targeted and individuals that are fighting back the gang stalking, the electronically harassment, and also the abuse of being tortured by the EMF weapon. Again, this is Justice with Fighting for Justice. Bye, guys.